Hi everyone, welcome to Cloud OnBoard, our online training event coming to you live from a Google Cloud office here in India. My name is Kunal Verma and I'm a sales manager for Google Cloud.
Hi, I'm Richa Goyal. I'm a part of Google Cloud sales team. Welcome viewers. We are really excited about the event and the value it will bring in to the developers and IT professionals. During the course of the day, we'll cover a whole range of topics on Google Cloud, which will help you upskill your knowledge on Google Cloud. The sessions on application development will be delivered through instructor-led learnings, hands-on labs, and demos. I'm very excited. I hope you are excited too and make the most of it during the next 4 hours. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee, and enjoy the event.
Now let's go to Mr. Deepak Ajmani, Country Head Corporate Business, to understand the challenges that enterprises are facing with respect to modernization. Hi Deepak, how are you?
Hey,
Thank you for taking this up.
Thank you.
Wow. So Deepak, I want to understand, since you interact with customers a lot, what are some of the trends on how enterprises are using modernization with respect to an open, secure, and efficient cloud?
Great question, Kunal. As I've been talking to customers, there are predominantly four elements that come out. There are four themes that really come out from a modernization standpoint, right?
Right.
The first is infrastructure modernization. And this is sort of replacing the old school infrastructure with scale up, scale down kind of architecture that Google Cloud has to offer, right? So I'm looking at that as a big theme in the market. The second theme I'm seeing is application modernization. So we're seeing a lot of the applications that were written in the previous sort of languages and code now sort of come together and be able to be developed in an agile format. We can obviously scale up these applications to have multiple users access them without having to worry about whether I have the capacity or whether I have the resources to manage the application. So I'm seeing a big trend on the application modernization space. The third element that is critical is this whole data modernization piece, right? I mean, a whole lot of data was stored in archives like data warehouses, and companies used to spend a tremendous amount of money in managing these warehouses. But now what we are seeing is a trend which is mostly towards analytics and, how do you make sense of this data? How do you build in more artificial intelligence and machine learning to obviously make some sense of this data, develop insights that can help companies disrupt the industry, go into new markets, make sense of what the consumers want. So that's the other element. And the fourth theme that I look at is the workforce modernization piece, right? In terms of how do we make sure that our employees, the customers' employees, are coming together, collaborating with each other across multiple offices, multiple regions, and increase productivity. So those are the four key elements of modernization that I see are driving the cloud adoption in the market: infrastructure, application, data modernization, and workforce modernization.
Wow, thanks for sharing that, Deepak. Seems like cloud is really revolutionizing the way for enterprises to go. Now, since you interact a lot with some of these enterprises which create applications, which manage applications, what are some of the challenges that you're seeing that enterprises face with respect to managing their applications?
A couple of them. I think a couple of things definitely come to mind. The first of them is many of these applications were written in the traditional IT sense, right? They were obviously very resource heavy. They used to consume a lot of compute power, a lot of storage power. And again, the inability for some of these applications to scale up to handle millions of users was obviously unprecedented, right? I mean, it was never the case. However, that has been a big challenge in terms of how do we lift and shift and lift and improve some of these modern applications to be able to bring in the cloud element into it, right? How do we make these applications elastic? Right. How do we get more and more users onto the platform? I think that whole journey is something that enterprises are struggling with at this point in time. And obviously, there are solutions from Google Cloud that can help them in terms of modernizing their current legacy applications with cloud-native applications through solutions like Apigee, for example, right? So that's one area that I see is kind of holding back companies modernizing their applications. The second and an important piece that I keep hearing from CIOs is around the workforce skill, right? The skill of the workforce, because many of them obviously have gone through a lot of training and education with regard to the legacy way of developing applications. We're seeing a bit of a shortage in terms of the skilled workforce that can help in terms of developing cloud native applications. And I think that is an area of investment that Google Cloud's coming together with. We obviously have training programs and certifications that are available for developers for them to be able to upskill and cross-skill themselves. But I feel that these are the two areas where enterprises are struggling a little bit. And finally, I'd say it's also the fact that now the scale of the data is just enormous, right? Coming in from multiple sources. Now your mobile, of course, is kind of giving a whole lot of data. How do you make sense of the data, right? How do you sort of build applications that are intelligent? How do you bring in automation ability into the organization and reduce cost, at the same time not compromise on security, because that's a big element why enterprises are a little wary of adopting cloud, right? Security becomes like a big roadblock there. So I feel that security, lack of skills, and also the fact that the traditional applications have to be integrated with the modern cloud native applications, there's a bit of a journey there. These are some of the factors that are holding back enterprises from adopting cloud.
Sure, Deepak, that's very insightful. Now, you being a leader, Deepak, and since a lot of our viewers are mostly focused on best practices around adopting cloud, what's your recommendation and best practice that you can share with our viewers on adoption of modern cloud?
Yeah, so I'd say 2 or 3 elements there again. I'd say the first is to go with a public cloud provider who can help in terms of giving you the ability to scale up and scale down your infrastructure costs. And again, there are multiple cloud providers in the market. Of course, Google Cloud's been making some great strides in that direction. So choosing the right cloud provider makes it a huge sort of first step in the right direction, right? That's the first step. The second thing I would recommend is to look at moving some of the non-critical workloads. I'd say using that as an entry point into cloud. Now, some of the applications that are mission critical, such as core banking or insurance, I completely understand there's a reasoning behind not moving them immediately to cloud. But some of the non-mission critical applications could potentially be the first entry point into cloud, right?
I mean, like a dev or a test.
Like a dev or test
workload,
environment, right? Or something which has, let's say, campaign data for the last 5 years. You're using storage, which is obviously going to cost you a lot of money. If you move that storage onto the cloud, obviously you keep the hot data with you and the cold data can be stored in the cloud. So a lot of combinations thereof, but at the same time, how do you move the first workload onto the cloud, right? That's the second thing. The third thing is to obviously establish the security aspects, right? I mean, how secure are these networks? Google's invested a ton of money in building their own network, right? You want to partner with somebody, a cloud provider, who is able to give you guarantee in terms of your data being secure with us end to end, right? From the device to the data center. So keep security as a big element of the evaluation process. And finally, just partner with the right sort of people, like partners who are there in the market or system integrators who can help identify applications that can be moved one by one onto the cloud. So I'd say it's a journey. It's not something that you would sort of meet right immediately. It's obviously a means to the end. It helps you enable, but I think the journey has to begin with finding the right cloud provider who can help you meet some of the elements around security and scale that I spoke about.
Thank you so much, Deepak, for sharing all these gold nuggets and insights with our viewers. Coming from a leader like you, I think it's gold for everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Deepak. Thanks a lot for your time. Over to you, Richa, now. Thank you.
Thanks, Kunal. So viewers, let me introduce you to Chaitanya Prakash, who is a customer engineer at Google Cloud. And he will tell us how customers are migrating to cloud to modernize their applications. Hi, Chaitanya. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you. Yes, I'm doing good.
It's great. So I have a few questions for you.
Sure.
So not all customers and workloads could be migrated to cloud due to various reasons. So how do you think enterprises are looking at modernizing their applications?
Sure. Every enterprise wants to move to cloud and modernize their applications using cloud native architectures, but that's easily said than done. There are lots of tools and managed services available from public clouds like Managed Kubernetes Engine, GKE, Managed Service Mesh, and also API gateways, which are available for people who are adopting cloud. But not every enterprise can go there because they have existing investments locked up in infrastructure on premises, or they're dealing with legacy application that simply cannot move to cloud, or there is strict regulatory and legal reasons why they can't move to cloud. And for those enterprises, precisely for this reason, Google Cloud is building Anthos that brings all of that innovation, managed services, and platforms and toolings to wherever they are, so they can embark on app modernization journey.
Right. This is awesome.
Cool.
So I have another question for you, which I get to hear very often from customers.
Okay.
So what is Anthos and how can it help here?
Sure. Anthos is that platform that helps manage your modern applications and give you a consistent experience both for your developers and the operations team, both on-premises as well as cloud. It lets you start on your hybrid strategy today, wherever you are, and meet your infrastructure and application modernization goals. It provides that through various components like config manager, managed Kubernetes, of course. Then there is managed service mesh through Istio, and then also a policy manager that provides all the necessary tools for you to embark on the journey, both on hybrid cloud or on premises.
Right. This is great. Sure. So last but not least, how is security built into all these applications?
Yeah, security is a very important topic, and security needs to be looked not just at the application level, but also from the policy configuration itself. And Anthos provides you security standards that can be enforced both at the cluster level, policy management that is done centrally, so that you can have an auditable and secure configuration in Git-like repositories. You can also secure your clusters by using namespaces and also the inherited configuration that is available through Anthos Configuration Manager. And for your microservices that are communicating to each other, it also provides tools like mutual TLS and also managed certificates. It also provides additional features to protect your services, such as rate limiting and request throttling as well. So all of these are available for anyone to use with Anthos platform.
Right. This is awesome. Thank you so much, Chaitanya, for your answers.
Thank you, Richa.
Thank you. Have a great day. And I hope you find something interesting to read.
Sure. Thank you.
So now let's go back to Kunal, who is with Aditya.
Thanks, Richa. Hey everyone, now let me introduce you to Aditya, who's an enterprise relationship manager, who's going to give you more details on training and certification on Google Cloud. Hi Aditya, thank you so much for taking this up. I'm good, thank you so much. So Aditya, how can our viewers, which are IT professionals, learn more about Google Cloud training and certification?
Yeah, so Kunal, that's a great question actually. Specifically, if I talk about whether you are starting your journey on Google Cloud or whether you are an experienced professional, our training portfolio caters to the need of everyone. We offer 3 different modalities: on-demand training with our partners like Coursera and Pluralsight, hands-on labs via Quick Labs, and instructor-led trainings with our authorized training partners in India.
Right. Okay. And just from your insight, Aditya, because in an IT environment, an IT team has a lot of roles.
Yeah.
So do you cater to a lot of all these roles in a training certification environment? What are the certain training and certification available for all the different roles that are out there?
Oh yes, absolutely. Yes. I mean, that's a great question. So if I talk about the IT landscape and IT professionals, I mean, today in the IT ecosystem, our training portfolio is designed in such a way that caters to the need of every IT professional in the ecosystem, right?
That's great.
And just to give you a brief summary, we have 5 or 6 different pillars. One is cloud infrastructure, application development, big data and machine learning, collaboration, productivity, and last but not the least, our G Suite.
Oh,
yeah. And to cater to all these pillars that I talked about, we have 8 different certifications, 2 associate level certifications, and 6 professional certifications that we are available with us on Google Cloud.
Wow, that's a lot of certification. If I was a developer, I would really get onto it.
Oh yes, absolutely.
But thank you so much, Aditya, for sharing these insights. Now, for our viewers here, what's your recommendation or guidance on Google Cloud Developer Certification?
Yes, for our viewers, specifically for cloud developer certifications, I would recommend the users and the viewers and the learners out here who are watching us live here. I would recommend to start your journey with Google Cloud Fundamentals Core Infrastructure, followed by developing applications with Google Cloud Platform. You can take these 2 courses on demand at your convenience on Coursera or Pluralsight, or with the help of our authorized training partners who can help you with the instructor-led trainings. And then followed by 2 quests, Cloud Engineering Quest and Cloud Development Quest. Once you're ready, you can go for the certification. And by the way, we are offering 40% discount exclusively for our customers in India on the global list price. So now you can get these certifications, associate level certifications at $75 US and professional certifications at $120 for each.
Wow, Aditya, I mean, that's really good for our viewers out there. I'm going to turn on my training hat and I'm going to enroll for these courses myself tonight.
All right, thank you, Kunal. And before I let you go, and I have a special offer for our audience today. Those of us who are watching us live, we have a free offer for you. We'll be giving you 1 month free access to Quick Labs and a certificate of e-participation after the end of the event.
Wow,
Thank
that's
you.
like an icing on the cake. Thanks a lot, Aditya.
Thanks, Gaurav.
Thanks for
See
your
you.
time.
Wow, 1 month of free subscription to Quick Labs training. That's pretty awesome. And now, let me introduce you to Pranay Nanda, Tech Lead at Media Agility. And he will tell us his journey on Google Cloud certification and how that has helped him in his career and current role. Welcome, Pranay. How are you doing?
Hi Richa, thank you for having me here. How are you?
I'm doing great. I know that you are Google Cloud certified, so I have a few questions for you. Can you tell us about your journey towards Google Cloud certification? What motivated you and what were the steps you took towards Google Cloud certification?
So Richa, I started my career about 4 years ago in IT operations, and it wasn't long when I started to realize there are certain challenges being faced by organizations when they want to build and deploy their apps at scale. That's when I started to look at cloud technologies, and Google's cloud appealed to me differently. Google Cloud uniquely brings the promise of being able to deploy and build apps at planet scale using the tools that Google uses internally, and I was pretty excited about them. That's when I started to take courses on Coursera, took some courses, did some hands-on lab on Quick Labs, and Google also offers the $300 generous credit, which I used to build my own projects. And it wasn't long when I made a decision to complete all the certifications that were available at that point in time. And today, I'm proud to be a Google Cloud Certified Professional Cloud Architect, Associate Cloud Engineer, and Professional Cloud Developer.
That's great. So tell me more about your journey, about your experience on Google Cloud certification. After having it, how it has impacted your career.
So Richa, to be very honest, I come from very humble roots. And there were certain opportunities that I thought were way out of my league and I would never get them and I would have to spend a lot of time to get there. Doing these certifications has brought a wider range of network for me, and I have met so many awesome people that I would have otherwise not. To be honest, my salary has doubled from what I was making around this time last year. And now I'm doing a job that it would have taken me 5 years to get there if it wasn't for these certifications.
That was very inspiring. Can you tell our viewers how one can secure growth opportunities after they have earned certifications on Google Cloud?
With Google Cloud certification, so many opportunities opened up for me that I thought weren't possible before. In fact, Google Cloud certifications are one of the most highest paid certifications in the industry. I can architect and deploy solutions for multiple organizations at scale. With Google Cloud certifications, I always feel ahead of the curve.
Thank you so much, Pranay. This was very insightful. And now, let me see what Kunal's up to.
Hey everyone.
Hey Kunal, what's up?
Hey Richa, what's up?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I was just taking our viewers into the agenda for the day. Want to do it together?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Let's do it.
Yes.
So now we're going to deep dive into the agenda for the day. Post this, we have a keynote session by Abhishek Pathak, a Google customer engineer, who's going to take you an overview on Anthos. And after that, we have a guest speaker. You know, Richa, who's the guest speaker?
I don't know. Who's that?
Well, we've got Neil Ghosh as a guest speaker, who's a lead software engineer at Salesforce, who's going to talk about building multi-tenant applications at scale.
This is awesome.
I know, it's pretty cool.
Yes.
You know, even with the keynote and the guest speaker, we'll be having our expert trainer, Shanta Kumar Mani, who's going to take you through application building capabilities through a live hands-on quick lab learning experience. This is so cool, Richa.
This is great.
But what do you have in store?
So now let me tell you what we have in store post this event.
Wow.
Don't forget to continue your learning journey.
Sure.
Choose a learning environment that best suits you.
Mm-hmm.
You can practice on Quick Labs using cloud tools in a real environment and using live cloud resources.
Wow, so
And
cool.
here's the fun part. We have a Cloud Hero App Dev Challenge.
Whoa.
Yes, you can participate in that, compete with your peers and win exciting prizes.
So cool.
And here's a cool thing.
Uh-huh.
All the participants who complete the challenge get 50 Quick Lab credits and a
Wow.
cool e-badge.
Amazing.
How cool is that?
Yeah,
no?
I know.
Right. So watch out for an email from us right after this session with all the details on how you can participate. Also, a link will be sent to you on your email to get you started on your cloud journey. And hey, our Q&As just got live. Here is how you can get your questions answered. Type a question in a space below the screen at any time during the event and we'll try our best to answer them. And here is the cool thing. Anyone from the community can join the conversation, answer your questions, and like them as well.
Amazing.
So feel free to join the conversations with them. And if you want to join conversation on Twitter with us, use the hashtag Google Cloud OnBoard. And don't forget to tag us at @Google Cloud_IN. Mm-hmm. And now it's time for us to take you to session Anthos, bringing the cloud to you with Abhishek Pathak, our engineer at Google Cloud. Over to you, Abhishek.